catalyst for change with the chance to thrive. Crystal is the one to stir up gifts and save lives. You get exposure, promotion, and marketing too. And advertise for business owners just like you. On Storytime, your interview is global. Virtual or in person, just come on the show. Yo, your story matters. Crystals will open the door. 40 years of experience, ready to give you more on Storytime. Get ready for Storytime. Hey, come on.
Good evening. Welcome to Storytime. I appreciate you for your patience. We had a few technical difficulties, but we are here and we are so excited. Once again, we have another great show for you today, and it's going to be a good one, y'all. So sit back, relax, get you something to drink, and get ready. Most of you know that this is all about the runner-up team for the NCAA. And I'm going to go straight into this. But before we get started, I just want to tell you a few housekeeping rules, okay? So one of the things I'd like you to do is I would love for you to let the people know we are here. So share this with 5 of your friends. Go ahead, take a moment and share this out with 5 of your friends and let them know that they did go live, okay? And during the process, we want you to be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. So what happens is when I have the guests come up, they can see the comments. They'll be able to see you and they'll be able to know what you're saying. I will bring you up and I will let them know that you are here, right? See, for instance, right here, I put up there, thank you for your patience. We are helping out something. So you see how that popped up on the screen? So when you say something, it's going to have your name and your comments are going to show up on the screen. So please let them know you're here, say hello, and we're going to get ready to get started. So once again, we are so excited to start this off for you and bring this team. As a matter of fact, I have a picture. I'll let you know who we are celebrating today, just to give you an idea. Okay, this group of gentlemen that we have here today is a great group of gentlemen that did something remarkable. And here's a picture, all right? If you take a look at this picture, you'll see this picture right here. This is we have a couple of people from this team. And because this is from such a long time ago, this is the clearest picture I have, so I do apologize. But we're going to bring some people up. I'm going to start this off by bringing to you the man that we all know back then, and I believe he was like the captain of the team. Okay, and we're going to start with him. His name is Anthony Doc Rogers. Anthony, are you there?
Yes, ma'am. How are you tonight?
I'm good. Thank you so much for being here with us today. I'm so happy to have you here. And we have a couple of your players from the team. But before we bring them up, to kind of bring people up to speed about what team this is and what we are doing here today, because some people don't know, it's my understanding this is Division II runner-up team. So first, introduce yourself. Tell people who I'm speaking to and a little bit about who this team is, please.
I'm Anthony Rogers, the captain of the 1984 NCAA Division II runner-ups. A great team, great teammates. We had a good time.
And what school?
St. Augustine's College at the time, and now St. Augustine's University.
Okay. And this is a part of, this is coming after the CIAA. So in order to get there, for those who don't know, because it's March Madness. So how did you get to the Division II? They had to first win the CIAA first?
No, seemed like every team I played on, we became runner-ups. We were the runner-up of the CIAA, but we had a great record.
Okay.
So it allowed us to make the NCAAs. And when I was in Coach Hotley's office, he requested that we didn't play any of the CIAA teams and we go out west and play teams. And that's how we got to the finals.
All right. So we got a couple of players here. We got a good 5. It takes 5 people to get on the court to play the game. So do me a favor and bring the fellas up. You know what position they play. Can you bring the fellas up? And let's start with the first one that you want to bring up.
Norman Roscoe.
All right. And who is it? What position did Norman play?
He was our point guard.
Point guard in the building. Norman, are you there?
Hey,
All right, I see you in the building. Who else we got, Anthony?
We got Daryl Anderson.
Okay,
Snoop.
what did he play?
He was a multi. He could play anywhere.
wow.
Oh, okay. All right,
He
Snoop,
could play point. He could play point guard. He could play two guard. Whatever we need him to play. He was our defensive stopper.
All right, you frozen right now, Snoop. I need you to come on back. You got to come on back there. Okay, who else we got?
And we got Mo Cheeks, we called him. Maurice.
What's up?
All right. And of course, I see one more person in there. Who's that?
We got Dez.
Dez.
He was the rookie of the team.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
He was a young fella.
Didn't know he was as young as he was when he came to St. Aug. And that's why I guess we teased him so much.
Oh my goodness.
That was my man. He was a good guy.
All right, so Snoop has to come back in here. And so thank you guys for being here. My goodness. Once again, tell the people who you are, starting with you, Roscoe, your name, what years you attended St. Augustine's and played for the school.
Yeah, my name is Norman Roscoe. I attended St. Aug from 81 to 84. Had the great opportunity of playing under one of the best coaches I ever met, Coach Hartley, and also being able to get mentored by one of the best coaches ever, John McClendon. Also my teammates, man, Anthony, Doc Rogers, Mo Cheeks, Dez, Snoop, Randy Franks, Rock, may rest in peace, Dino, my roommate, all the other fellas, man. Hey, it was a great experience. I wouldn't pass it up for nothing.
Wow. And we're gonna definitely talk about that in a minute since you brought it up. I do have the names of everybody who was on that team. So I see it was Norman Roscoe, Dow Anderson, Eugene Smith, Ernest Holland, Anthony Rogers, Phil Garrett, Randy Franks, Maurice Chapman, Vernon Clemens, Desmond Thomas, Raymond Smith, Stanley Mills, Al Coates, Kenneth Bannister, and Leroy Marino. Now, I know Randy Franks passed away. Anyone else passed away?
I think that's the only one.
No.
Okay. Well, we definitely will take a moment of silence for him, and then I will take this down, and then I will let the others go ahead and continue with their intro. All right. Now, Mr. Mo Cheeks, tell the people your name, when you attended St. Aug, and what position you played.
My name is Maurice Champion, not Chapman. Champion.
Damn,
Coach gave me the name.
I should know that, right? I called you my son, but I never called you by your last name, so that's crazy.
Yeah, but everybody used to be, and Pooba used to go around talking about I was his little brother because they always say my name wrong. But yeah,
Okay.
but I was the backup point guard on the team, and all around energy guy.
Energy guy. Okay. How about you, Des?
Yeah.
I came in 83 to 87, so I was one of the first people that actually stayed 4 years there at St. Aug. And coming in at the age of 16 around a bunch of guys like that, I wouldn't have had it no different. Those are the best people I've ever been around. Wouldn't have had it no different than that.
Okay. And we got a couple other fellas that should be coming in. A couple of them had technical difficulties. Our Snoop was in here. He bounced out, so they're going to come back through. I'm looking for E-Man. Dino's supposed to pop in. So we're looking for a couple of them to pop in. But thank you guys for being here. As you know, we have been sharing different teams and talking about some of your experiences here. And I see a couple of people in here. Oh, okay. Anthony Bogan's in the building. He said, "What's good, fellas?" Anthony Bogan's out there, you know.
What up, Bo?
Big brother, what's up?
All right. And
What's going on?
said 16 playing in college is wild, you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's something. That's good. That means you were smart. That means you were in the books. So let's start out by saying, first of all, a little bit about Coach Hartley. I heard you speak on the coaching and being coached by some great people. I'd like to acknowledge Coach Hartley and any other coach that you would like to acknowledge. And then once we do that, we'll give the people some time to come in. And I have an actual presentation I'm going to show. But before we do that, tell us about the coaching staff and anything that may have stuck out that they kind of instilled in you guys. I'll start with you, Mo, on that one.
I didn't hear the question. What'd you say?
The coaching staff, could you tell us something that Coach Hartley or any other coaches instilled in you that's still with you today, that stuck with you today throughout your life, that you...
His sayings. I even, my wife sometimes even say, like, all I know is on the door.
Yeah.
I still remember the first time Coach told me, yo, you're not in New York no more. Get that New York stuff up out of you and let's play ball. I'm like, all right, Coach.
Wow. But is there anything that he gave you that you were able to take with you in your career, throughout your life, throughout your marriage, throughout your school, that you remember to this day?
He taught me, patience and how to stay calm in certain situations and not jump. Coming from New York, we jumped right into it. So he's like, no, take a second, think about it, then react.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. How about you, Desmond?
Coach always wrote down in his book, he had his little pad, and I managed at a major hospital, and I managed 43 people. And one of the sayings that Coach always had was prior preparation prevent poor performance. That always stuck with me, and that's what I still run in my staff now. You got to be prepared.
Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing. That's amazing. It stuck with you all this time.
Mm-hmm.
Did you receive it right away while you were in college as a student, though?
No, not at all. Majority of the time, I got pretty much watching these fellas and seeing, pretty much growing up in life, watching these guys. But the stuff that Coach was saying, I couldn't comprehend at that time. Now, maybe around my junior, senior year, everything started coming into fruition. Then now I can see what he was talking about, and it, it just helped me through life.
Okay. How about you, Roscoe?
Oh man, I ain't got enough time to talk about Coach Hartley right now. Coach Hartley was like a father figure to me. He taught me all the ins and outs of just being the man that you were supposed to be, and he always said that, be the man that you're supposed to be. He basically taught me everything about life, fatherhood, being a husband, being a good teammate, being a good ball player. That came like last. Everything else was first. I looked at Coach as like my second father, so I can just talk about him for the rest of this time frame. I don't want to take up that much time. I want to take it from the rest of the fellas, but Coach Hartley was the man as far as I was concerned.
Mm-hmm.
Out of everything, what is it that has been the most impactful, since he was such an influence in your life? What is it that really stuck with you?
Well, to give you a little bit of quick history, I have alopecia, with the hair loss. So being in college at the time, everybody was with the with the hair fact. I wore a hat all the time. Coach Hartley told me, no, be the man that you're going to be. Take that hat off when you walk inside the building. Take that hat off when you go in the classroom. They're going to respect you regardless. So that stuck with me, and it still sticks with me. So that right there is why I, talk about Coach Hartley. I talk about him now to the kids I coach to this day. So I use his values.
Excellent. Doc, how about you?
Well, I grew up in Raleigh, so I was around Coach Hartley all my life. I started at the age of 9 going over to St. Aug, and some of y'all might not know these names, Addison Ingram and John Savage and Larry Rose and Sean Powell.
Oh, yeah.
Kevin Rand. I was around all those guys growing up. I was the ball boy. When they played games, I was the one that was the ball boy at the school at a 9-year-old, and Bertie Brooks is the one that put the basketball in my hand. All these guys played for Coach Hotley. But one thing I learned from Coach, and Des said it clear, prior preparation prevents poor performance.
Mm-hmm.
That stuck with me throughout my whole life, and I've used it in business. When I went back to get my master's and things that I did in life, I was complete by remembering those 5 Ps.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Wow. I just want to let you know you have another teammate that is here. I see LaShawn McDaniel, all the way from, my goodness,
Soup.
right there.
Another
country. Yeah, the pillars and the standing. Period.
Soup. What else, Soup?
Yeah. Soup is in the building. Actually, I'll be doing his story coming up too. So stay tuned for that. Definitely be doing him. Now, the Now News said that I played AAU for Doc. He told us that all the time, gave us some of the same lessons. Then he ran us until we got sick.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
right.
Doc.
That's
Yeah,
right.
that's Doc.
That's right.
Well, before we go any further, what I'd like to do is I have a slideshow from some of the pictures that some of you have given. It includes your pictures. It includes pictures of other Falcons. It includes things of people who you may have seen and been involved with throughout the process. So I want to run this by you and let everybody see that. And then we'll be back and we'll get into the meat and potatoes. Okay. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at the slideshow. And we'll meet you while we do this right quick. One moment. Check this out. Recognize any people in that slideshow?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Oh yeah. Nice.
Listen, so St. Augustine has had so many different teams, and this team, what made this team so special about getting to the Division II runner-up? I know when I talked to the other teams, everybody told me why that team had to be acknowledged and what it was about it. What was it about your team and getting to this point that made it stand out?
Let me jump in real quick. I think it was the more of the togetherness, the camaraderie. I mean, Doc used to sing a song every time we went out. You know, we was Falcons to the day we died. So he used to sing free throw line. And that was used to put the fear of God in the other team. Because I remember we sang that in the regionals up in New Haven, and they were like,
wow,
they stopped even warming up just to watch us. So
really?
I think it was more of the togetherness. We had that we had everything involved, and we just bought into Coach Hartley. We bought into each other, and we just sat down and said, hey, we can win this. And we tried to do it. We might not have won it, but we got as far as we could. So
Doc had y'all singing.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah, we used to say moving, grooving,
Grooving.
moving, grooving.
I will not be a show bear.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
It all.
Why?
Yeah.
Wow, that's
I've
amazing.
been a falcon all my life. I'll be a falcon
Until I die. Yes, sir. Yeah.
We sung that going into the gym, and we were real loose.
So,
Right? We weren't tight. We came to play every night.
really?
Wow. We was the running rebels before the running rebels.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
Wow. So would you say that your team was very disciplined, and why do you believe that you guys were disciplined? Is it because of the coaches, or was it because of the workout? What was it?
We had a conditioning at the beginning of the season, and a lot of guys didn't like it, but we used to have to run the course.
Yeah.
And it was a 17-day course that we had to run for 17 days straight.
Yep. In the
And
heat.
it was 3.5-mile course.
In the heat.
And Roscoe and them used to get mad with me because I believe in winning in everything I done.
Oh yeah.
So they tried to keep up with me. That's what my AAU guys were talking about. They couldn't understand why I ran them so much. But that's what I did to my teammates.
Really?
I was already back before everybody.
They had to catch me. You know, I was always in
I was
first
already
place.
back before.
Go ahead, Mo.
Not that now you would. Not that you would. I was already back before any of y'all got back.
Mo, tell him, Roscoe.
No, man. Doc was leading the show, man.
No.
Don't worry about it. You wanted to be, Mo. It was Coach Hartley got mad.
I was already there before y'all got back.
No, you said you were classy.
Coach Hartley got angry
I
with
was
me
already
one day.
rested by the time they got back.
Don't believe that. They all wanted to be ahead of me, so they had to put themselves ahead of me in some way.
Okay.
But I remember,
ask Rick High, because he kept the thing.
St. Aug, if you come down Glasgow Street, there was a path you could cut through. And that's why Mo probably, if he did win, he probably cut through that path.
Ask Rick. You can ask Rick High. Next time you talk to Rick High, he'll tell you. He was like, man, you used to be back before everybody got here. I said, I wanted to be rested for the next things.
Yeah. He used to cut through glass, Doc.
He had to.
Well, let me ask each one of you this. Tell us the story, how you got to Augustine. How did you get to St. Aug? Because you're from New York. So I'll start with you, Mo. How did you get down to Raleigh, North Carolina to St. Aug? Did you play ball in high school? Did you get recruited? What's that story?
Yeah. Okay, so I was supposed to go to college in California. The day I was supposed to leave, I changed my mind because I was like, I don't know nobody out there, and I was gonna probably be the only black person in the
Rick
school.
is here. We're gonna find out. Just let you know, Rick is here. He said,
"That's
I'm
right."
late.
Yeah, ask Rick. Okay. So I worked the whole year, and then my coach sent me down to St. Aug, and that's how I met you, Crystal, because you was my host. And,
that blew me away. I mean, I always knew I called you my son, you and Limsky, and then we said I was the host. I was like,
yeah,
really?
Yeah, you was my host. Yeah, and I remember meeting Dino because he liked my sister. And my older sister came with me, and he didn't know that at the time, but she didn't like him, so I was like, hey, man, I can't do nothing for you, man.
So how did you hear about St. Aug, though?
told me the coach I played with in New York. He the one sent me. First, he sent me to California. Then he said, "No, I'm gonna send you down here since you didn't want to go out there." And I said, "Okay." So when I got there, I and after meeting you and going around and meeting other people, I just said, "Well, I like it here. I think I'll go here."
Okay.
And then I had to bide my time.
Let me just acknowledge you got another brother in the building. Gary Taylor just got here. Gary Taylor said, "What's up, my brother?" And he's here now. Rick Hyde, there's a question on the floor that Mo Cheeks brought up. I don't know if you heard it because you got here late, but Anthony Rogers said that he was the first one to get back, and Mo said he beat him back, and he said that you were the witness. So we need you to confirm who got back first when they ran this. Was it Anthony or was it Mo? So you can put it in the comments, and we'll be back. Jasmine, how did you get to St. Augustine?
I actually signed with Delaware State and went to visit Delaware State, and the coach wound up getting fired. So I got them to tear up my letter of intent. Coach Hartley came up to Baltimore. We were playing up at Dunbar, and he came by to see me play and said, "Hey, we got some room for you down there at St. Aug if you want to come down there." It was getting late in the year, so I just told him, I said, "Yeah." I said, "I think I want to give it a shot." And this was before I didn't even come to North Carolina to visit the school or anything. Coach came to my house, and we sat in there. He talked to my mom, and he said, "I'm gonna take care of him. You don't have to worry about a thing." And from that point, being a young kid growing up in the projects of Baltimore, Coach came and picked me up. He made a round trip with me, Eugene Smith, and I believe Al Coates was in there with us, and drove us down to North Carolina, and the rest is history.
Wow. Okay. Well, we're gonna go to you, Roscoe, but we got the verdict in from Rick Hyde. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Rick Hyde gave up. He gave it up, y'all. He said Rick said it used to be Doc, Mo Cheeks, and Leroy Marino.
You hear that, Mo?
You hear that, Mo?
You know who got the real answer because she kept all the stats when you came in.
T
was right there when you first came.
Wow, that's crazy. Now, what about you, Roscoe? How did you get to St. Aug?
Wow. Coach Hartley, I'm from Cleveland. Coach Hartley came up and got me. He was coming up to recruit me and Charles Oakley at the time. And both of us were supposed to go to St. Aug. But Coach got stuck in an ice storm coming from Jersey. And Oakley ended up signing with Virginia Union. And I didn't go to that meeting, and I stayed at home and met Coach Hartley at my house. And he had Sunday dinner with my mom and my sisters, and Rick Hyde was with him. And Coach Hartley basically said, "He come to St. Aug, I'm going to take care of him." And my mother said, "You ain't going nowhere else but St. Aug."
Wow.
So that's how I came.
Now, Anthony, a lot of times when people are living in a city, they don't want to go to school. You see, everybody else came from another state. So you are from Raleigh. So was it an easy decision for you to want to go to St. Aug, or did you not want to go and your family made you do it? How did that work?
Well, I had went to Gulf Coast Community College and played a year in Panama City, Florida. And I signed a conference letter of intent with North Carolina State to play at North Carolina State. But they wanted to sit me out a year to get my grades together. And one of our coaches, and God rest his soul, Charlie Logan.
Yeah.
CeeLo.
CeeLo.
Heard that I was thinking about going up to Virginia Union. And he came and he had a store actually across the street from St. Aug, and I was in the store. He said, "No, Doc, come on and go with me." He took me to Coach Hartley's office, and Coach got me enrolled in school that day at St. Aug. And I was glad that I made that decision. Probably one of the best decisions I probably made in my whole life was going to St. Aug, because I had teammates that really wanted to win. I come from a high school, Inlow High School, that we won every year I was there. And I was used to winning. And when I was at St. Aug, every team I played on, we won. From my sophomore year to my senior year, we won. We didn't lose. We won at least 20 plus games.
Wow.
So I was glad to be there.
Wow. I'm going to get to the NCAA championship because that's why we're here. But before we get there, so I want to ask you guys about the HBCU experience.
Oh yeah.
Some people have never had what that was like. The experience. What you got to say? I saw you first, Desmond. Tell me about the HBCU experience.
Crystal, I'm gonna tell you, it ain't nothing like it. It's nothing like it. When being that young and coming around all those people like that, and people just because you play ball, everybody just cling to you. But when I got there, I knew nothing about fraternities, sororities. It was just colored bricks to me. But to see everybody getting along and doing things, and all the student union dances we used to go to, I felt like I was in heaven. Yeah, I had a good time.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Okay. Okay. And Mo, what did you? Coming from New York City, what was it like for you?
It was a shock at first, especially when people was talking to you on the street and you didn't know, you thought you was being set up and stuff.
Yeah.
but the friendliness, and then even when I first came and you was my host, the girls, knowing you was a ball player.
The women was all over.
Man, it was
Now,
nothing.
I need you to do me a favor, Mo, because you're going in and out. I don't know if you're on your
Yeah.
Wi-Fi or if you're on the Ethernet, but you might need to switch locations because you're fading in and out. So work on that for a minute for me, because you're fading in and out on me, and I'll come back to you.
I'm in the truck. So that's
okay, that's right, because you're a truck driver. So we're gonna give you a pass because he's on here with a truck.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Thanks.
that might be what it is. It might be the area. So so the women were all over you.
I think it is.
Oh yeah.
Wow. How about you, Roscoe?
and you from up, and it was like, you from the city?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right. HBCU, coming from the inner city of Cleveland and going down to a HBCU in Raleigh, North Carolina, was a big change for me. But as soon as I stepped on campus, like Mo said, it was like I was in heaven. Especially being a ball player at an HBCU. Oh my goodness, the camaraderie down there. I mean, St. Aug, it was ride or die. If you was a student at St. Aug, oh my goodness, it was standing room only at every game we played. We had to leave St. Aug's gym and start playing downtown Raleigh because the people in Raleigh couldn't get into the games because all the students were there. So it was tremendous for me. I wish I could, as far as that was concerned, that was a great experience for me being an HBCU. And I still talk about it to this day.
Wow. How about you, Doc?
I loved it. It's probably 3 of the greatest years of my life. I had a ball.
Yes,
being
sir.
at home, playing basketball, we winning. The women, they love Mo Cheeks because he was, we call him the pretty.
Yes, sir.
He was the pretty boy on the team. So they loved him. But we had a great time. Like I said, y'all mentioned coaches earlier. We've had 3 of our coaches have passed away.
Yeah.
And that was Coach Hotley, Coach White, and Charlie Logan.
Yes.
And Rick High is the only one that's left that we have.
Yeah.
But we had good coaches. Then we had Coach John McClendon come in and put in our offenses. For each team, we ran the double stack and 21 and 22.
Yeah.
And I remember, they put those offenses in, and Coach Mack used to come into the gym and say, "Doc, you ready?" And I said, "Yes, sir, I'm ready." And he would put the offenses in, but we had a great bunch of guys. Everybody, we might have cracked jokes on each other, but we all hung out together. We ate together in the cafeteria.
Yep.
We had our section in the cafeteria where people didn't sit in.
They would stand up.
We knew it was our area. We just had a great time being at St. Aug. And Dr. Robinson, he he wasn't a sports fanatic, but he took a liking to us.
Mm-hmm.
So we really had a good time.
So let me ask you this question. You said you have one coach left, and since he's here, since Rick High is here today, I would love to give you the opportunity to say whatever it is you would like to say to Rick and let him know how you appreciate him. Any word that any one of you would like to say to Rick, I would love for you to take a moment to do that while he is listening, because he is here. And I know that he did make a mention a minute ago, and he said, you guys are very awesome. He mentioned that there were 4 awesome human beings with great hearts and loyalty. He called y'all loyal and that you had great hearts. So I would like each of you to take a moment to speak to Rick and give him any words of encouragement or thankful or gratitude that you have for him. And I'll start with you, Desmond.
All right, Rick, I appreciate all that you've done the 4 years I was there. If I needed a boost or anything, or just a pep talk, you was always there for me. And I just want to tell you, I appreciate you, man.
All right, Mochief.
Yeah, Rick, you know I love you, man. We used to have some fun. Anytime I had a problem, I knew I could come talk to you, and you kept it light, and like I said, you was always there if I needed you. That's why I'm glad I got back in your life.
Excellent. How about you, Roscoe?
Rick High, what can I say, man? My man, Dr. High. Dr. High. He took care of us. He was basically the go-between between Coach Hartley and the team. Whatever we needed, we went to Coach High. So that was my man. He's still my man. I love him to death. Rick, get through what you're going through. I'm with you, my partner. I love you. Hang in there.
Yes, sir.
Doc Rogers.
A lot of the guys don't remember Rick when they said, this is Rick High with WLLE.
Exactly.
I've known him that long.
Mm-hmm.
I've known him since I was a young child. And he became a coach of mine, and he's a good guy. He even helped me in my business. As I got out and started business, he was there to help me make it work. And Rick and I talk about 3 or 4 times a week now. And Rick, you know I love you, bro. You know, you've been good to me. You took care of me all my life. So I thank you for all that you've done. And I know God's going to make you well again. So keep holding on.
Look what I got from Rick.
Okay.
All right, now. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's what's up. Yeah.
Got the sweat box. Oh, you got that?
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
On the back, it got all our numbers.
Oh, really? On the back? Turn around. Let me see. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, you got where's mine at?
Yeah, where ours at?
We all should get them. Exactly.
What's up?
So Rick said, y'all have been very good to me, bringing him to tears right now. So that's very touching. He said that y'all are awesome human beings with great hearts and loyalty. So that's beautiful right there. And the other thing too is I want to let you know that Gary also said something when y'all mentioned CeeLo. Gary said CeeLo was the #1 recruiter for the AUG. That's how Jersey Connection made it down to Raleigh, was through Charlie Logan. So yes, Charlie Logan was definitely a great asset to the school. And a lot of people don't know about that store, you know. Yeah. So let me ask you guys.
Hey, Crystal, I got a story for Gary Taylor real quick.
Okay. Okay. Yes, sir.
I came to St. Aug, first week in St. Aug. I was in the gym shooting around. Gary Taylor came in, said, I heard you coming in as a point guard. He rolled the ball to me and said, let me see what you got. Me and him played one-on-one for a while. Then when we were done, he said, welcome to St. Aug, man. If you need anything, let me know. That's been my guy ever since.
Oh, he broke you in, huh?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he introduced me to all the real hoopers.
Oh, wow. So on that note, before I go on, because Rick said he has some t-shirts, y'all. He said I have 4 t-shirts for sure, all 3 X's. Okay. So I guess y'all gonna have to connect with him. He gonna get you the shirts. Okay.
All
So
right.
guys, in case there's somebody watching this who is a person who is playing basketball now and or aspiring to play basketball, what would be some words of encouragement you would give them as far as how they need to succeed and overcome any obstacles they may have right now? And who'd like to go first? You can raise your hand and go first.
I'd like to go first on that one. I was a big stickler on conditioning. You know, I'm glad Mo was my competition and Marino. You know, they put those kind of guys, that's the kind of team we had. Those kind of guys wanted to get in shape. They didn't, you know, we didn't take it for no joke. We knew that we had 17 days that we had to run. And it was funny because Charlie and Rick High had a Volkswagen. And they used to follow behind me.
Yeah, I remember that.
And watch us run.
Yeah.
And we look back, we think we done got rid of them, and here they come riding up on us. So
Yep.
it wasn't no cheating. So I tell all the guys now that's playing basketball, get your body in condition.
Yes.
That's why I ran my AAU team, and they talked about it earlier. Conditioning is the key because it keeps you from injuries. It keeps you ready to play at all times. And even if you come off the bench, it will help you to be ready when you came off.
Right.
So we had a very conditioning team.
Otherwise, you weren't coming off.
Right, exactly.
Yep.
If you weren't ready, you weren't playing.
Exactly.
Wow. What would you add to that, Desmond?
For me, I came off the bench every now and then, but it was, playing high school ball, getting awards and all, and then coming to St. Aug, and it's like God placed me in a special place at a special time, because playing behind these guys, I learned so much just by sitting and watching them, that when my time came, I took full advantage of it. So I want to say to all the young people out there now, you're going to get your turn. Just make sure you're ready when your turn comes. Again, it's the same thing. Prior preparation prevents poor performance.
Yes, sir.
Wow. And I heard you say that you watch, so pay attention. And
Absolutely.
I heard it was somebody, one of the other players, they said that they may not have had a lot of minutes, but when they got out there, I think it might have been, it was Sky. I'm not sure if it was Sky, it was somebody. It might have been Double D, but they talked about how they said maximize on the time you do get. Don't worry about getting a long amount of time, but maximize on the time you get. So that's a good point. How about you, Roscoe?
Oh, wow. I'm gonna go with Doc on this one, man. You gotta be conditioned. If you ain't conditioned, you can forget it. Because I think I averaged the most minutes on the team. As far as a 40-minute game, I was averaging 38 minutes a game. So it was like I had to be in shape. I had to. And if I wasn't in shape mentally and physically, because I had the two best wing people I could possibly have in a basketball game and the best center in the league. So you talk about Doc on one side and Randy Franks on another side, averaging 20 apiece. Come on, man. If I didn't get them the ball at the right time, I was getting beat up. But you know how, and I had Foots Bannister in the middle. So we had to basically had to be conditioned mentally and physically. Guys, you always got to listen to your coach as well, because they're thinking 3, 4, 5 steps ahead. Pay attention, fellas. Pay attention.
And I see when you mentioned that, you and Randy, it made me think about this article, how they talked about the two of you. So the two of you must have been a heck of a combination. What kind of player was Randy Frank?
Oh, my goodness. Randy Franks was like, man. Oh, my God. He was like Steph Curry right now. For all you young folks. That's the range he had. So, and then one time we used to always get dunks off, right? I used to get dunks off with Doc just to get the crowd pumped up at St. Aug. But then again, I had Rock come to me and say, hey, man, I could dunk too, man. So if we'd have had a 3-point line, I think between him and Doc, they'd have averaged close to 30 apiece. Easy.
Oh,
Easy.
yeah.
And then the other article that I saw was the one where they talked about y'all advancing it. And Anthony Rogers, you had 27 points and you upset them. And so now when we talk about that Division II game, what is some of the things that y'all, if you had to go back and do it again, what would you do different?
I'm gonna let Anthony answer that.
I can tell you all about that.
I knew you were gonna do that, Sco.
I'm gonna let
Yeah.
Anthony.
What
answer
he's talking about, that game there that you got posted, Crystal. I had 27 in the semifinals. In the finals, earlier that day, Roscoe tried to get me to just go lay down and rest. But I was still hyped from the night before.
Yep.
So I went out and asked for a basketball, and Rick High and Roscoe went to coach saying, Doc don't need no basketball right now. And coach said, give him one. And I went in the gym and shot around and left my game right there in the shoot around.
He left his 27 points right there.
Yeah. He didn't listen to the point guard.
He's right. He's right. But one thing I can say about that championship team, even though I fouled out in the championship game and Randy had a twisted ankle.
Yep.
Snoop and Ernest came in
and
almost won the game for us. They came in, and the defense that them two played in that championship game, I got to give them credit. They brought us back within 4.
Yep.
But we could have won the game just by their defense alone. Like I said, there was nobody that Snoop couldn't stop. If they were on the floor and he played against them, even in practice, our best games were in practice.
Oh yeah, agreed.
We played hard in practice. You know,
And I guess he gets that rest. That's where he resting probably now. But now I have to speak on his behalf, though. He actually literally just got from the hospital. He had been with the hospital all day. With his mom. He got back about 20 minutes before this show started.
Wow.
So he had a stressful day with that. So that's why I didn't really put too much pressure on him.
What did you say happened to him?
He was at the hospital all day with his mom.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, but she's okay. He got it back home now. But he takes care of his mom. That's why I put that picture in there in the slideshow of each of you that I had. I knew I was trying to get Mo's family, but I knew something about some of you. But I knew that he takes care of his mom. Dino got up his grandson and his son, and then E-Man is a granddad, so that's why I had that up there. So you guys are men now. You have your own family, so that's why I was just sharing those things about you. But I just made a joke because you said Snoop was fast. I said he probably rested then. Well, he did rest then. I kind of had a little more time with him, so I do know he did kind of get his rest. But
Crystal, that championship game, ain't nobody really talking about it. The refs took that game from us. Yeah. They shot 43 foul shots to our 9.
Yeah.
It was so bad.
Doc, you remember telling Dick Vitale, what kind of call was that?
It was so bad. It was so bad. After the game, the crowd even said, y'all got shafted.
Wow. So let's talk about that a minute. It's March Madness right now. There's a lot of basketball games going on. So let's talk about how basketball has changed between then and now. Do you think that has gotten better?
No.
No.
The 3-point, I hate to say it, the 3-point has hurt the game.
Exactly.
Every kid today think they can shoot a 3-point.
Yep.
And they don't have that kind of game.
Right.
And if you try to tell them, then they go tell their parents, and then you got to hear from their parents.
Right.
Why you not
everybody's a star?
They let Steph Curry shoot 3. I said that's because Steph Curry could shoot 3s.
Right.
Your son can't shoot 3.
That's right.
And they don't want to hear that.
Star.
And you're trying to make them the player that you know they can be if they just stay within their game.
Right.
But the 3-pointer has hurt the game.
Okay.
It has hurt the game a lot. You can look at the NBA now. Most of your big men, instead of playing big men, they want to shoot 3-pointers.
Exactly.
You know, it's sad. But the game has changed to the point that let's use for an example, and all of y'all know him, Anthony Bogan, Bay Hus.
Yeah.
Bayhus was 6'2",
Oh man.
and
Whoa.
gave Rick Mahorn 43. Rick Mahorn was 6'8", 6'9".
Yes, sir.
That's because he had good footwork. He had a left and a right hand, but he worked on that. These kids today, they don't work on their game. They want to use the video games to think they can play like that. Or they watch the NBA game and see Steph Curry shooting deep threes or Damian Lillard shooting threes and think they can do that. Right. But those guys are in the gym at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
These kids today are not in the gym.
They got plenty of time in.
Yep.
Day.
So, how many of y'all are coaches? Raise your hand. I know you coached before, Anthony. Anybody else?
I coached 5 years AAU.
Okay, you coached. Have you ever coached Desmond and Mo?
I coached a little league team with when my son was playing.
A few times.
Okay.
Yeah,
so then the communication.
Football and
really?
Oh yeah, coach high school. 5 years. Coaching a travel team right now, 9th graders. Doing it all.
Okay. So,
I coached at St. Aug for a year, Crystal.
Did you?
Yeah.
What year was Hargroves? What year was?
I coached with Coach Hargroves, and we went to the semifinals of the CIAA.
What year was that?
Ooh, my memory ain't that good. I'm getting old now, Crystal. That was either 99, 2000. Rick Howard knows that 2000 or 2001, but I was there for a year, assistant coach.
Now, Rick put another comment up. He said, all I know is on the door, read the door.
That's right,
That's
Mo.
what I was saying.
That's right, Mo.
That's it.
That's what I was saying.
You know, so any regrets, or any of you have any regrets in regards to the game or your college career? If you had to go back and do it all over again, what would you do different? What would you do different, Anthony? You
win that championship game and stay in my room. I would stay in my room and get rest. I'll give Roscoe credit. Like Roscoe told me, stay in the room and get some rest.
There you go.
That's what I would do different.
So now you heard it, Roscoe. He's telling you now. This is the first time you hear it. How many years later?
I don't know. That's the first time I heard him say I was right.
Well, I'm glad.
I usually mess with him. I'll be like,
tell Roscoe, Anthony, while you at it.
Huh?
Anything else you want to say to Roscoe while you at it?
Yeah, I want to tell him he was a great point guard. He looked after us. Me and Rock, there was no way we could have averaged. Rock averaged 22. I averaged 21. There was no way we could have averaged that if it wasn't for Norman Roscoe. He kept the ball, like Coach Hot used to always say, keep the ball in the hot man hands. And he did what he was told to do.
oh, yeah.
And sometimes I'm yelling at him, and sometimes Rock was yelling at him. I feel sorry for the guy older I got, because we kept him on his P's and Q's. But I thank him every day for what he did while I played.
Wow.
Thanks, Roscoe.
You're welcome.
Okay, but before we go any further, because I'm looking at what we got here, it looks like, hold on one moment. I just want to let you see this. So it looks like Bogus said you guys carried the basketball tradition at the All. Proud of all you guys. You guys did it big. So that's good that we're hearing that from Anthony Bogan. He's letting you know how he feels about that. So now, Desmond, anything you want to say? As a matter of fact, Anthony, while I ask you that, anything you want to say to the other two?
Yeah, of course. Des, you know you was my guy. You know,
man.
You and I were always cool. You know, you was young. I didn't know you was that young. I thought you were about 18.
Yeah, right.
You and Eugene were my two guys, and I tried to look after you guys, and I enjoyed playing with y'all because y'all had heart. Mo, you know what I think about you. That's why we named you Mo Cheeks. You were great too, man. You played good. You kept Roscoe on his P's and Q's.
Right. That's it.
So I thank you for being a good teammate. I just thank all of you, all my teammates, you know, from Daryl Anderson, Rock, Ernest, Foots, Leroy Marino, Stanley, all the guys. I thank y'all, Al Coates. I thank all you guys for being good teammates. We couldn't have got as far as we did if it wasn't for each and every one of us. So thank y'all.
All right. Mo, would you like to say anything to your brothers here?
Well, first of all, I wouldn't be who I am if it wasn't for them pushing me in the way that he did. And it taught me, like I wanted to say about other ball players, sometimes you have to bide your time. You know, even though you want to play, you might have to wait. And that's what I had to do. And what can I say? Me and Dez became best friends, and we still friends today.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Me and Dez did. We used to hang together all the time. The girls know.
Yeah.
That's good. Okay. Excellent. Now, let me ask you this, Desmond. 16? You went to college at 16? How did
16.
you manage that? What was that all about?
I finished up high school early, and that same year, I went on and came to St. Aug. So Coach Hartley wanted me to come up there for the summer and play in the summer league up there. So I left home 16, stayed in the basketball house with it was Foots, Marino, and Stan, and then myself. So everybody in there was from Baltimore, DC. So I stayed in there, and everything they did, I did. Whether we was in that Monte Carlo that Foots had that we had to push a couple of times because we ain't had no money.
Yeah, I remember that.
So or we go up there to Hardee's and get some food from Kim. Either way, that's what got me there, and that's where I learned life. Besides learning that,
let's talk about from the high school. You had to do something right in the beginning stages. You had to do something right in elementary, middle, and high school to get to that point, to stay focused and to make good choices. Anything you want to say to any athletes that may watch this about how important education is and making good choices?
Oh, education is key. Education is key. You know, being a ball player, that's just what you are. You're a ball player. So with that mindset, you know, you're in Baltimore and the projects, everybody think they're going to the NBA. Not many gonna make it out. So if you don't have that foundation and that background for, you know, that education, and I lived across the street from the school I went to. I had no business being late or absent at any time. My mom made sure you get to school. If you don't get to school, you got to answer to me. And she made me read all the time. She made me read. You have to read. I want you to read this book, and I want it done in a certain amount of time. And that foundation just kept going with me the whole time.
Now, do you have children?
I have a 27-year-old son who just got married, and I have a 33-year-old daughter. So I'm a proud grandfather of one.
And did you push that on them reading the same way?
Absolutely. They better read.
Wow. That's excellent. So education is the key. Anything else that you guys feel as though is important that people need? Because nowadays, today, like you said, people think they want to go to the NBA, and some people think it's easy. What are some of the obstacles that you have overcome over the years, or that you know about that you think they need to be prepared for if this is their dream?
Everybody's a baller.
Yeah.
It's a lot of competition out there. So everybody can ball, and like Doc said, you know, the big men, they want to shoot from outside. You got to know what you can do and make it your craft. But like I said, staying in shape, that's the number one thing. If you can outrun somebody, but you have to be mentally and physically ready at all times for anything.
What you add to that, Roscoe?
Hey, I'm gonna second that one. You got, like I said before, you gotta be mentally and physically prepared. Like Dad said, my mom did the same thing. I grew up in my mom raised me. I grew up in a household of all women, and they were on my back from day one. You got to be prepared. You got to be able to mentally control yourself and physically control yourself. So and plus I was the youngest. So, I had 3 mothers, and I had 3 women in my family. So it was like that. I got a family now, and I put those values in them as well. So I agree with Desmond on that one.
Okay, Doc, anything you add to what they say, or you just think that's all it takes? Anything else you would add to that?
Let me say this. I don't want the younger generation to be like I was. All I thought about was basketball. I didn't think anything about education at the time. I had to wait till I got in my 50s to go back to St. Aug and finish my degree. Then I went over to Shaw and got my master's. And I did all that at a late age. When my mother, God rest her soul, she used to always say, you should have got it when it was free. And I didn't. So I tell all the guys now that are playing in college, get it while it's free, because I had to pay, and I'm still paying now for my education. But I thank God that he put enough sense in me for me to go back to school. And the only reason I tell him this is I know he's listening. Anthony Bogan gave me the encouragement to go back to school and get my degree, because I wanted to be one of those basketball players that came from St. Aug that got his degree. So, Bo, thank you if you're still out there.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Now, Mo Cheeks, since you were the one that had all the women, the most of the women, what would you say to the people who have those distractions? Because I'm sure the women are a distraction when you're trying to get the grades, when you're trying to go to class, because you're a baller, because you're on the team. How did you manage that, or did you manage that?
For me, oh man, I couldn't play no sports if my grades wasn't right. My mom told me there's nothing happening. Class didn't come hard to me. I stretched it out. I could have graduated in 3.5 years. I stretched it out. I was the first one to I think I was to work at Wake County Computer Center as a intern. They offered me a job afterward too, because I had a degree in computer science too. It's like, nah, I didn't let women or none of that interfere with my classes.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. So I want to give each one of you the opportunity at this time to say what St. Augustine's University meant to you. You know, right now there's a lot going on with the school.
Wow.
And the school means a lot to many of us. And before we leave here, I would just like to give you the opportunity to say anything that you want to say about just the school and the memories and how you would like to see things play out right now. And if you have anything that you want to say on your heart about the college itself and why it's important to you that it stays and sticks around, you know, for some more students to get their degrees and play basketball. And either one of you can raise your hand that wants to go first.
Wow. Go ahead, Doc.
I was always taught to be a leader, so I like to lead. Let me say this. I'm disappointed that the school is going through what it's going through now. But I remember Dr. Robinson, one thing he did that they went away from. Dr. Robinson used to hire employees within.
Mm-hmm.
You graduated from St. Augustine's University or St. Augustine's College at the time, you likely could get a job at St. Aug.
Mm-hmm.
And when he left, it seems like we had different presidents and board of trustees that didn't know that concept. They didn't know to bring back the students who had loyalty to the school and wanted to do the things that could help better the school. And it wasn't about money with these guys, because they never, when I was in school and my mother also worked there, they never had furloughs. They didn't have furloughs at the school where the professors and all had to take off. That happened with this new administration and after Dr. Robinson. Dr. Robinson, I remember in 1983, there was a gray Rolls Royce that pulled up behind the cafeteria with a prince or a king, and he donated $10 million
I remember
Mhm.
that.
to our
Mhm.
endowment. These presidents of today don't know how to go out and raise that kind of money. We didn't have financial problems. Our endowment had $10 million in it.
Yep.
Like my mother said, he might didn't pay you much, but he always paid you.
Yep.
Right.
Now it's sad that the professors who are teaching our young generation can't even get paid because there's no money. And it's sad because the president's job, to me, you never saw Dr. Robinson on campus. Very
Nope.
seldom. He was always out raising money. Now these presidents is coming. I've heard one, I won't call her name, but some know who she was. Say that I'm not going to go out and beg for money. That's
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
job.
That's right.
That's
Yeah.
your job as the president of the university to go out and bring money back to the school. So that's why I'm a little disappointed that the school is failing financially. But the only way I see it, and I've been on the fight to try to help this school, but I don't understand why the board of trustees have failed for so many years and won't resign. They won't give it up and let other new generation come in and turn it around. We got people that are millionaires that are probably willing to help the school, but they don't know where to find. There's no transparency of where the finances are going.
Right.
So I say to all the
It's like
alumni that's out
senators
there,
and
don't give up. St. Aug's has history from 1867 when it was founded. I know because I grew up in that town.
Mhm.
I hate to say it, but I'll say it. St. Aug was the school, not Shaw University. St. Aug was the school,
right.
the black HBCU of Raleigh.
Yeah.
Yep.
But that has failed because, and I'll
Yeah.
say this is
Yeah.
plain, and I'm glad I'm on this podcast, and I hope everybody that's alumni is hearing me, is because of this board of trustees that don't know what they're doing, and they're not taking care of the school in the past, and I pray that they don't cause us to lose our institution. I pray every day for that. But I leave it in God's hands.
That's
So
right. That's right.
that's it.
That's right. That's right.
So-
That's right. That's right.
Roscoe,
Man,
Wow.
Hmm.
Doc, you said it the
that's
best
tough.
way I can possibly even think
Doc,
about saying. My goodness, you're the best when it comes to that part. But what St. Aug has done for me basically is I wouldn't be where I'm at now if it weren't for St. Aug. I
Mhm.
graduated. I was the only guy that graduated my senior year from that team. In 1984, I graduated with them. I gave my degree to my mom because I told her I was going to do that. And Coach Hartley pushed me through that, and Dr. Robinson. If it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't have graduated either. But to see this school having the problems that they're having right now is a disgrace because of the history that St. Aug has. And I agree with Doc on everything that he just said, and I'm not going to repeat it, but I agree with him, everything he said. St. Aug is one of the best HBCUs in the area.
Absolutely.
Keep it that way.
Yeah.
And we as alumni have to fight to keep it that way.
Yep.
So I hope we can do that, and I hope St. Aug can come back because I know we can because we fighters.
that's
And like we used to say, I'm a Falcon to the day I die, baby.
That's right. That's right.
All right.
That's right.
How about you, Desmond?
Pretty much piggyback off of what Sko and Doc said. This coming into school that early in life, it taught me about life. It was a lot of trials and tribulations that you went through as a young man. And the thing about it, it taught me all about life, how to persevere and how to stand up for what's yours. And without St. Aug, I wouldn't have never had that. I don't know where I would be if it wasn't for St. Aug, because it was just the fact that the things that I learned, not only from the fellows, but the school itself, and get your education first and everything else is second, because that's what you're there for. Go to school. Those things being implanted just helped me out through life. And it's sad to see what they're going through and the mismanagement of all the things that has been done. I, like Doc said, I really hope and pray that they get through this, because that's my school.
Wow. Mo Cheeks, how about you? What does St. Aug mean to you?
Oh man, like I said, I tell my kids and stuff when they went to college, will be the best time of your life. Enjoy, help you grow, and to be the man you need to be, and you'll meet so many great people that will push you, and coaches and teachers.
That Wi-Fi got him. I appreciate him for being on the road and trying to hang in there.
None of it's going to be one.
Okay, you cut out, baby. We didn't hear you. You cut out. You got to go back about 2 sentences.
Oh, okay. I said
I need you to start over. I need you to start over because I'll clip it. So start over. What does St. Aug mean to you?
Okay. St. Aug was the best time I've ever had in my life, because I always say college will be the best time of your life. You meet so many great people that'll push you, teachers and all that, and other players, coaches, and like Doc said, in Raleigh, we didn't even think about shore. I never even went to shore. All the years I was there, I never went over the shore. They always came over to our school.
Oh yeah.
They knew we was what's happening.
Wow. Yeah, that you know what, and Shore and St. Aug, we had a good rival thing going on though,
but we never lost the Shore.
Yeah, we definitely did. So I want to give you guys the opportunity to let the people know any closing comments you may have in regards to your basketball career, your college career, or just you personally, anything you want people to know about you at this point in your life where you are. I would like to know, what do you want people to say about Roscoe, Desmond, Mo, and Anthony? When people look up and say, oh yeah, he played at St. Aug, he did this. What is it that you want people to say? I want you to incorporate that into a closing comment and kind of let us know any final words you have and what it is that you want to do when you leave your mark on this earth.
For me, it was more, he's a good brother. He'll help out anybody, do what he can for people, treat people like he want to be treated. So just all around good brother, and do what he can for his people.
Well, I would say something to the effect of like, very respectful, very loyal, do what he has to do to make it happen. Also, he was very connectable. I want to be known as that person that was around to take care of business. I'm always going to take care of that business if it has to be taken care of. I'm going to speak up for my fellow man as well. I'm going to speak up for my fellow players. I got their back to this day. And I know Anthony will tell you that too. I got his back now. And my guys now, to this day. They can call, ask for whatever they need. I'm going to do my best to make it happen. So that's what I want to be known for, especially coming from St. Aug, because that's what St. Aug was about. And I want to leave my mark like that on the world as we talk about it. Because if they say, hey, I played for St. Aug, I want them to know that I played for St. Aug because of the teammates that I had. And I gave it my all, 100%. And that's what I want them to know.
It sounds like they saw y'all coming. Y'all was coming in there singing and doing all that stuff. Y'all left the mark for sure, definitely.
Without a doubt.
I'm going to end with Anthony on that because I know it's
yeah.
But Mo, what about you?
I'll let them know that I was a stand-up person, that I'm real, and that perseverance, the stuff that that I had to go through to get to where I am, and that I'm still here.
Now, Doc,
Life
you're a
around.
minister
I turned
now.
my life around.
Okay. Now, Doc, you're a minister now, correct?
Yes.
So with that being said, not only what you want to be known for, but I want you to give us an encouraging word so that we can leave on a positive note and know that it is going to be all right.
Yes, sir.
It's
Yes,
gonna
sir.
be all right.
Oh yes.
You know,
It's gonna
I'm
be all
just
right. It's
glad.
always gonna be right. Yeah.
I'm just glad to see these guys. You know, I hadn't seen Dez since I left St. Aug.
Really?
Yep.
All right. I hadn't
Yep.
seen Mo since I left St. Aug.
Wow.
You know, and I'm glad. I hope we stay in
Nah,
touch.
Doc. Pro
That's
Rucker.
right. I got your phone number. I got your
I
phone
seen you
number.
at Pro Rucker.
That's that's right in
Yeah,
New
I
York.
seen
You
you at
saw
Pro
me in New
Rucker.
York. You're right. You saw me
That's,
in New York.
that's right.
But if anybody will remember me, I just don't want my life to be lived in vain. I want to be known to try to help somebody. You know, it's rough out here, this world today. And that's why I went into AAU, because I saw kids that were in Southeast Raleigh that couldn't afford to pay for AAU. You know, these people were charging $300-$400 every month for these kids to travel. And God blessed me to have a business which was bail bonding. And people know most of our bondsmen, our business comes from our community. So that was my way of giving back to the kids. They didn't have to pay a dime
Wow.
to play for me. I gave them everything they need, from sneakers,
Wow.
the uniforms, to warm-ups, the hotel, to eating 3 meals a day when we were on the road, going up and down the highway. They didn't have to do nothing but bring their spending money from their parents. But I was glad to do it because the money that I made, God enabled me to do it. He allowed me to help
Right.
these guys. And some of these guys are, matter of fact, I think I got 2 guys that play on the team. Both of them, one is a graduate of North Carolina State as an engineer. Another one, this is a story
awesome.
that I had one point guard that went to UNCG and went on the team as a walk-on and played against Stephen Curry when he was at Davis. And I used to go up and watch him play. And I believe I have 2 guys that are engineers. And I have a couple that are money managers, and they're all doing well. They have children now. And they all call me all the time. And to me, that keeps me grounded when it comes to the youth of the day. And in my ministry, I try to touch as many souls and hearts that I can. I never thought I'd be a pastor. And I'd like to give a shout out to my church, Greater New Hope AME Church in Jacksonville, Florida. I serve a good people. They try to do what's right by the community and each other. And I just thank God, Crystal, that I'm able to help somebody.
I know that's right. So listen, so I hope that you guys will stay connected too. What has been happening with each of the groups that have been coming on, they have been staying connected. I know that Gary and Warren's team, they're actually going to go to his house and do something. I'm going to put something together also at the reunion to try to get everybody together. I have a couple things in mind that I'm looking to work.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, God kind of gave me that calling to try to, do this. It's a point of connection. Also, it's a way to keep the morale up and keep people inspired, keep the positiveness going, the positive stories, good memories, because as we go through these changes, we still need to, be motivated. You know what I'm saying? We still think good thoughts. So that's what this is all about. But I want to thank you guys for coming here.
What city you in?
I'm in Ocala.
Oh, okay.
That's Central Florida.
Oh, I know where it's at.
Yeah.
I've been down to Florida lots of times.
Well, when you get down here, holler at me. We'll get together, have some lunch or something.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, because
Dad, go on Facebook and get my phone number off my page.
It's on
I will.
in the group. It's in the group.
It's in the group.
Look in the
Yeah.
group.
I'll get it. I'll get it from there. I got you. I'll get it from there.
It's in the group. So I
We
want
can
you
touch
guys to
base
stay
with each other.
connected and keep the faith. And I want to thank you guys for coming through here today and sharing. And I want to tell y'all that I'm so proud of y'all. I mean, y'all did well. I'm proud of all the teams, all the different groups of people. And I'm glad that we all stay connected. I appreciate you allowing me to take your pictures over the years and connecting with you over the years, because those are the memories that we have now, so we can look back at all those. And I do that here and there. So we look forward to, you brought up Prezel Robinson. I want to let you know on the 30th of March,
Crystal,
I'm doing his story. Huh?
I said I could write a book on what happened to me after school, but I ain't got time.
I know that's right. But I just want you to mark your calendar. On March 30th, we're going to do the Prezel Robinson story with Just Saying. So we will do that. And Soup McDaniel's story is coming up too. I think his is might be the 23rd or the 16th. I have to look at the calendar. So his is coming up as well. So I thank him for popping in and coming in. So we're going to keep on. I talked the world today. I do want to ask y'all one more thing, because, one of the things y'all did at the school, which was kind of cool, was y'all had, I had it up there. Y'all had like the game that y'all played. Y'all had the blue and white game.
The blue and white game.
The blue and white game where y'all played one another. World was telling me about that today.
Yeah.
How was that? Did that help y'all to be the person that you was? Hold on, let me move this thing out the way.
Blue and white game was the best game of the year.
That's
That
right.
sure
Yeah.
was.
That's why everybody was there.
Yep.
That was the best game of the year.
Where y'all played each other. The team played against each other. So I'm hoping to get that team on there too. He was telling me about the blue and white game. So many things. The Division II. We're just excited about all the things that y'all did, man. We just thank y'all for all those things. So I want you guys to stay connected. Keep looking. If you're watching this today, make sure you go back to the channel and check out some more interviews. Like we did the Rick High story. We did George Williams. You have this one. We did Donald Cooper last week. Soup McDaniels is coming up. Gary Taylor stories out there. Anthony Bogan stories out there. If you have a story, we'll get it out there. So just let me know if you have something, if you have a ministry, if you have a story. I mean, and your story is God's glory, and that's what it's all about. Yeah. We want to help you to get it out. And that's what we're doing here on this channel. So I am grateful to you guys for being here today. I'm not going to keep you because I know we started late, but we are glad we got through it. We got through it, y'all. So with that being the case, I'm going to let you guys go and say thank you so much. I'm looking to try to get everybody together before the year's out. So just, I have your numbers. I'll touch. Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
And have a blessed. And
all right, thank you. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I appreciate you. I appreciate
you. I love y'all, man.
Thank you, man.
Love you too, man. Love you too. Doc, I'll hit you up. I'll hit you up, Doc.
Yes, stay online, and I have a closing presentation for you guys. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Go back and love one another. My mission is to stir up the gift, instill hope, and save life. I am a hope catalyst. Okay, I always say keep hope alive, and that's what this is all about. So be encouraged and have an amazing evening. You've been watching Story Time, and I'll see you on the next Story Time. All right, and thank you so much.
A catalyst for change with the chance to thrive. Crystal is the one to stir up gifts and save lives. You get exposure, promotion, and marketing too. And advertise for business owners just like you. On Storytime, your interview is global. Virtual or in person, just come on the show. Yo, your story matters. Crystals will open the door. 40 years of experience, ready to give you more on Storytime. Get ready for Storytime. Hey, come on.